My name is Scott Gibson, and I've been around high-tech young companies now for about 30 years, and had the pleasure of co-founding a successful high-tech company, and then after that being an advisor or on the board of many others. So I tried to think about what the most important thing I could talk to you about, and I think it comes from the company I co-founded, Sequent Computer, where we had a terrific group. It was a spin-off from Intel. We thought we had all the right stuff, a great team, which is the most important thing. We attracted venture capital who reaffirmed that a great team was the major thing they were looking for. But one of the stories I'll never forget that turned out to be true in any business I've ever seen, one of the venture capitalists who'd had 30 years in the business held up our business plan at a company meeting, and by the time we were funded, we were probably at 30 people, and he said, I'm not kidding you, this is the best business plan I've ever read. And so we were pretty proud of that, but then he said something that didn't make us so proud. He said, there's only one problem with it. It's wrong. And that hushed the room, you can imagine. And then he went on to say, but my problem is I don't know where it's wrong. And the important thing for you to remember is there's a fatal flaw in this business plan. You've done such a good job, you might be so in love with what you think, how things are going to play out, how things are going to work, what your market's going to be, what the key feature of the product's going to be. And if you stay in love with something that's fatally flawed, you won't be successful. So, we listened to that, took that to heart, didn't really believe it, but went on with our business. And 6 months into that business, sales were ramping, but it was way harder than it should have been. And it turns out the product was just about right. Very little change did we have to make on that. But the market we had targeted for was completely wrong. And the sales channel we had picked to take it to that incorrect market was completely wrong. And so, to finally, as the signals started to come back, to remember that beautiful piece of wisdom and say, wow, okay, maybe this is the fatal flaw. And we look back, well, why did we pick the wrong market? Well, there was a lot less competition in the market we picked. The market that turned out to be right had IBM, Hewlett-Packard, some really big competitors, which we didn't want to go there. But it turns out we had enough of a compelling product advantage that it actually worked against those huge behemoth customers. So as I reflect back then on later companies I've been associated with, I think I often see the product is done very well. A lot of thought goes into that, particularly if it's an engineering group. A lot of hard work, and that usually comes out about right. But very often this same item where the market segment, the cost to acquire customers, the channel that you're going to use to take the product to customers, because that's a cost, there's a cost and there's a capability to every channel that you might pick, whether indirect or direct sales. So when I hear entrepreneurs who are spending as much time thinking about their market and the channel to take their product to market as their product, I notice I get really calm and feel like, wow, this is someone who's really gotten some good advice. So thank you.